guys, welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys can come up into the kitchen with me today and just take a few minutes of your time. And today is definitely going to be a quick one, okay? All right, well, let me remind you guys that I'm going to be taking a week off. I'm going to be taking me a little break. So the week of Labor Day, I will be out from that whole week from the 7th through the 13th. Now I'll be coming back to you guys on September the 14th, okay? So I hope you guys have a great Labor Day weekend. Get a chance to spend time with your family and just have a great time, okay? All right, before we start this conversation though, you guys know what I need you to do. Go ahead, at the bottom of your screen, take care of your thumbs up button. Go ahead and take care of the share button. And if you have not become a follower of Granna, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become one of my followers, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get into this conversation today that we're gonna be talking about. And for the last 2 weeks, they've been doing the different parties convention. They had the Democrat convention the first week, and then last week they had the Republican convention. You know, during the Democrat convention, and I talked to you guys about it a couple of episodes back, that, you know, that was when Joe Biden was officially named the nominee to run against President Trump. You know, he was given he had enough electoral votes to be the running mate against President Trump, okay? And then that was the time during the Democratic convention that he introduced Senator Kamala Harris as his VP running mate. And during that convention, you know, we had a chance to listen to a lot of information. We was given a lot of information. We had a lot of different speakers, a lot of different people came on during the Democrat convention and gave their points of view and, you know, and what they thought about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris potentially becoming the president and the vice president and taking over and running the United States, okay? So we had a lot of information from the Democrat convention. And then last week we had the Republican convention, and there was a lot of stuff put out there too from the Republican, a lot of people speaking. Most of the speakers was, you know, the beginning of the convention from the Republican started out with his family members, you know, his sons, his daughters, they all, because, you know, all of them except for the younger son, I believe, have a position, holding an office, holding a job, you know, through the presidential, through the White House and everything. So, of course, you know, President Trump was going to have his children out there speaking, and they was going to be supporting him, as they should. That is their dad. And they're holding these positions. You know, some of the Trump children are in positions that they're not even qualified for, and you can Google it. But, you know, it is what it is when it comes to that situation. You know, but I really wanted to just hear what Melania had to say, and I did listen to her speech. And up until she gave her speech, no one had mentioned the coronavirus, you know, and then even before she spoke, because she was the last one to speak on day 2, up until, you know, that time, in those 2 hours, no one that came before her had said anything about the coronavirus and all that and what they was going to do to try to get this virus under control. But Melania did speak on that. She talked about it. You know, she was saying mostly what she was saying about the coronavirus was sending out her sympathy to the family that has lost loved ones to the coronavirus, the family that's still going through coronavirus that may be ill with it or know someone that's ill with it at this time, you know. So she was just basically sending out her sympathy about it and how she felt about it and everything. And she was also saying that, you know, she did mention that her husband's administration will not stop fighting until they find an effective treatment or vaccine for the coronavirus. You know, she did speak on that. So that was something that she talked about. You know, and of course, like I say, she was saying different things to support President Trump, her husband, which, you know, what we expect, we knew that was going to happen, and that's just what it is. But, you know, I was looking at the White House and looking at some of the hearing bits and pieces here of their convention, Republican convention, and I just think a lot of it was for show. I mean, on that Tuesday night when Melania did her speech, it was from the White House, it was from the garden, and they had people there. It wasn't like no one out there. She had a live audience out there, and there was no one with masks on. And they was saying that after her speech, they were going to be testing everybody immediately afterwards to make sure no one had the coronavirus, and they supposed to been testing them prior to her speech. But why would you even take a chance like that? Why would you have these people to come there, you know, where, you know, they are her supporters and all that, there's nothing wrong with that. But why would you have them to even chance or put themselves out there like that without the mask on? If they're going to be there, why would it not have been mandatory for them to have a mask on? Because they showed the whole people out there in the garden. They showed all of them, and no one had a mask on. Even, you know, President Trump was sitting out there. He didn't have a mask on, you know. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. But, you know, when it comes time for us to go to the poll in November, we're down to about 60-some days, and, you know, cast our votes. We just need to, in between that time, there's going to be more debates going on. You know, President Trump and Joe Biden, they have like 3 scheduled debates right now. I think there's 2 in September and 1 in October. So when they're doing these debates and they're putting their plan out there for us to hear and see, you know, just look at the whole picture. Just look at the whole picture, you know, of what each person is saying. It is not even about the parties. Don't look at it as Democrats versus Republican, as we've always done. You know, look at what the person is saying. You know, just be open-minded and look at what the person is saying. Because, you know, I can sit here and debate it all day and the way I feel about it and point out points of views I've seen and the reason I feel the way I feel about President Trump, because I go by what I visually see and what I can hear. And me, myself, clearly, I've heard that this man is disrespectful to women. He does not care about anybody. He basically thinks he's above the law and he can break the law and do whatever he wants to do. And once you do not agree with him or does what he think you should do, then that's it. It's a done deal. You know, he running it, like I said, like a business, and he feel like he can just fire people like nothing to it. So, you know, just kind of look at the overall picture of everything before you make your decision. Because, hey, I can't tell you who to vote for. You're going to vote for who you want to vote for. You're going to have diehard Republican people that regardless of anything any Republican president does, they're going to bag that person. And you're going to have diehard Democrat people, regardless of what type of life or what that Democratic person has done or what may be dug up about that Democratic person. They're going to bag them regardless. So that's going to be coming from both parties. Don't care how much mud throwing is going to come about these next 60-some days. You just have those dedicated people, just like you have dedicated Auburn fans and dedicated Alabama fans. You have dedicated Republican, you have dedicated Democrat. And they're gonna, it doesn't matter what goes on, they're gonna support regardless. So, you know, and that is what it is. You know, that it is what it is. So you just need to make sure that you're, you know, trying to stay as open as possible, trying to look at all the facts, trying to see where you want this United States of America to be the next 4 years compared to where we're at as of the day come November the 3rd. You know, that's all I'm saying. Just kind of, just kind of look at everything, listen to everything. I am kind of interested in seeing how Kamala Harris does when she has her debate with Vice President Pence. I think people think that Kamala Harris is going to be a pushover. She's going to be soft, too soft. She's going to, people probably think that President Pence is going to be able to intimidate her, to bully her, to overtalk her. But I don't think she's going to let any of that happen. I don't think she's going to let him intimidate her. She's not going to allow him to bully her. She's not going to allow him to overtalk her and her not be able to get her point of view and her voice heard. I think she's going to be demanding that her voice is heard and she gets her time that she needs to lay that platform out there of their plan, of her plan with along with Joe Biden. I think she's going to demand that and stuff. So, but I think it's, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing her do her convention more so than I am of President Trump and Joe Biden. We already know when it comes to President Trump and Joe Biden, there's going to be a lot of mudslinging. There's going to be a lot. He's going to use, his main thing is going to be Joe Biden is not capable of doing it because he was a president, former President Obama's VP, and that's going to be his thing right there. He's going to be a totally on board downplaying the VP role Biden had when he was former President Obama's vice president. That's what Donald Trump gonna come with. That's gonna be one of the things Donald Trump come with, okay? But we're gonna have to wait it out and see what happens. We're gonna have to wait this one out. But just remember, make sure you have all your ducks in line when it comes November the 3rd. When it comes time to vote, you have everything in line so that you'll be able to cast your vote, okay? All right, I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. But before I do that, I'm just reminding you guys, just a little reminder, I will be on vacation the week of September the 7th through the 13th, the whole week of Labor Day weekend, the whole week of Labor Day, I will be on vacation, but I'll be back to you guys on the 14th of September, okay? All right, guys, make sure you're being kind to everybody that you come in contact with. Make sure you're wearing your mask and just being safe. This coronavirus still out here. It ain't going nowhere. Just make sure you're being as safe as possible. And guys, just have a great day. Enjoy your Labor Day week/weekend. And I'm going to catch you guys next time around. All right.